Kicking off today's show with Take That and Lulu's Relight My Fire on 92.1 Wirral Radio on DAB and online. Adam Siddon straight through until 12 o'clock today. Big jam-packed show today as well. Music on the way from Coldplay, Taylor Swift and Jess Glynn as well. And we are joined, sadly, for the last time by Paul Wharmby and Donal Bannon, our business experts in this hour. So any questions for them, I advise you now to use them wisely. Whether it's a start-up business, whether you're in an existing business, or you just simply want to ask them a question, feel free to get in touch. Studio at wirralradio.co.uk. Give us a ring, 0151 637 3737, or drop us a text 66777, putting the word Wirral in front of your text.
It's true.
The fantastic Jess Glynn and Hold My Hand on 92.1 Wirral Radio on DAB and online, and your mobile apps as well. An absolute pleasure. It's a pleasure and a bit of a sad morning as well, because for the time being it is the last time I'm going to be joined by Paul Wharmby and Donal Bannon.
Good morning.
Jess.
Good morning, Adam.
Morning again, Adam, yeah.
How are you two?
We're great.
We're great, we're upbeat, you know. You said it's the last one, but who knows?
For now.
For the summer, anyway.
For the summer break.
At least it's nice and cool in the studio.
Oh, absolutely.
I've had people coming in this studio the past 2 days, not to say hello, just to sit down and they're cool. Oh, I tell you what.
Popular.
There's me thinking that I'm getting guests coming through, they're just coming for a sit down in the corner to get cold.
I think that's one of the reasons we're here this morning, believe me.
Just a quick one, gents, just for the benefit of people who have just tuned in for the first time. Just a quick one about who you are and what you do.
Okay, my name's Paul Wharmby. I'm the Managing Director of Advanced Business Vision Limited. We're based in Hoylake. We sort of market ourselves as providing solutions. We complete business jigsaw puzzles, basically. So anybody out there who's got a problem in business, we can give you some solid advice, and hopefully then we can implement our advice. Simple as that.
And I'm Donal Bannon, partner in Morecrofts Solicitors. I head up our commercial team dealing with business sales, various contracts, and helping businesses deal with all their legal problems.
Fantastic. We are also live today on Periscope as well, periscoping around the globe, which is fantastic.
Yeah.
So if you want to see the studio and ask questions between songs as well, then go to my Twitter page at BigSid921 and go and click the link and go directly to the stream as well. We have had a question in straight away on marketing budgets and how much, what percentage of your marketing budget should you look to put into business?
Okay, a good question, because it really depends on the business. You know, I always say, although we give generic advice out on air, I think really we've got to look at the bespoke side of things here. So marketing, as you know from my weekly sort of sayings here, it's a key part of a business. You know, it's about getting out there, raising your awareness, raising your brand. So what percentage of your marketing budget, that was the question, yeah. Should you put into a specific strand of marketing or just marketing generally? Yeah, difficult one. The golden rule I would suggest would be as much as you can possibly afford, okay? Because without marketing, your business can be dead in the water. Now, as we say every week, there's different strands of marketing. There can be research, which is a strand of marketing. There can be social media. There can be traditional marketing. There can be digital marketing. There can be direct mail. There can be looking at any sort of apps that you may want to buy, you know, like maybe the Periscope. We know Periscope's for free at the moment, but you know, those sort of things which can down the line all generate an income or a revenue stream. But for me, because I'm very, very pro marketing, I would say to anybody out there, don't skimp on marketing. Put as much into it as you possibly can, but as Donal and I say every single week, it's about doing your homework. So know where you want to market. Look at the customers out there that you want to attract to your business and get some business from and sell to, become partners to, and then get the right type of marketing for those customers. And depending on your business, that will dictate that. If you're not sure, seek some advice, think it through. And the most obvious question then would be, you're going to review it. So look at what you're spending, look at the return on that investment. Let's say you're going to spend £2,000 on marketing. Now, £2,000 today with any business out there is a considerable amount of money, okay? So if you're going to spend £2,000 at the end of that campaign, you want to then see what that return has been, the return on investment we call it. What have you got back that has given you something tangible? If nothing's come back, you've got to look at a couple of things then. Have you then targeted the wrong marketing stream? Look for some reasons. Are you approaching it right? Is your content right? There's so many things, Adam, to put into the mix, as I say, you know, but as much as you possibly can is my advice on that one.
You touched anything, Donal?
Well, no, I agree with everything of that. It's just, I think it's a mistake to look at an arbitrary figure and say, what percentage do I need to spend? It's more a question of deciding at the outset what your marketing campaign's going to be, how much is it going to cost, can you afford it, and if not, you know, till your cloth accordingly.
Absolutely.
Rather than saying, I must religiously spend 10% of my entire budget on marketing. Yeah. No, because the needs of the business will change over time as well. There may be a particular campaign you want to pursue that might cost a little bit more than your normal spend, but it might be worth doing. The following year you mightn't spend as much. So it's really about driving the needs of the business forward. It's not just about plucking a figure from the air.
Yeah, totally agree.
From your personal experience, what would you feel would be the best form of advertising?
We've covered this one again, haven't we? I mean, that is a good one because it's, for me, it's anything that costs nothing.
It's what costs the least and what works is the issue. Isn't it?
We've said again, week in, week out, that for us, and that our experiences, and mine in particular, it's about getting that personal recommendation. You know, if you do a good job, if you are a service business, or you provide a great product and you wow your customers, people will tell other people. You know, if you want this service, if you want your friend who's doing the cupcakes, you know, the cake business, if he's making fantastic cakes, he will get known for making fantastic cakes. So people will then pass on that word of mouth recommendation, and he will hopefully get more business from that. And in a way, that's costing him virtually nil. Social media again today, with the advent of social media, the power of social media today is unbelievable. Utilise those platforms, and as we say every week, drive that traffic on social media into your website, which can give much more information. Then there's the contact route through phone number, contact page, email, etc., which then brings those inquiries into your business. So anything that costs virtually nothing but can give you a great return is a great way of doing it.
Brilliant, right? Plenty more questions to get through, Jen. So brace yourself. On the way next, from Taylor Swift.
Wirral Radio Daytime, brought to you by Car Farm Garden Centre, a growing shopping experience on the A55.
Taylor Swift and Style on 92.1 Wirral Radio, on DAB and online. Paul Wharmby and Donal Bannon in today from the other business gurus from Advanced Business Vision and Morecrofts Solicitors. Any questions for them today, then please do get in touch on 0151 637 3737. You can drop us an email, studio@wirralradio.co.uk, or send us an sorry, we're just actually watching a replay. We're just watching a replay of the World Cup last night, and we're just seeing footage of the own goal scored by one of the English ladies, and that's so unfortunate.
So sad.
Tragic.
It's not a business, but it's
what multitasking we're doing here in the studio. It's fantastic. Well, you are, Adam, not us.
Oh, I'll tell you what. Right. We are the other business gurus. We've got plenty of questions to get through.
Great.
And one of the questions I've been asked is, how do you find and how do you look, and the best advice on finding an honest business attorney?
What's he saying there?
Well, attorney sounds rather American,
yes,
so I don't know where this has come from our friends across the pond. But yeah, attorney, lawyer, solicitor, there are obviously many people you can ask. Recommendations always the best route. You can go to the local law societies who are happy to recommend a specialist in that particular area. They're not likely to do that if they perceive there to be a problem with that particular lawyer. And of course, you know, you can ask around your accountant, bank, whatever. I'm sure they'll put you in touch with a good solicitor.
I think you're right there, yeah. But again, as Donal's first comment was, recommendation. Again, we've just said it from a marketing point of view, word of mouth. Speak to colleagues, speak to businesses in your market sector, people you know. Can you recommend somebody? Maybe if you go to some sort of networking events, if it's this side of the pond or that side of the pond, doesn't really matter. But networking events are a great way of seeing people. You know, you meet people, you can then trust them, you build an empathy, you want to then work with them. So, you know, do some homework, as we say every week. simply identify what you want to do and go find it. It's out there, but make sure it's the right people to do what you want to do.
And of course, Wirral Radio have got a one of their mornings as well, so get on top of the station if you'd like to come to one of our business mornings. Another question interesting one. How do you cross over your business into the international world?
Fantastic. Great way of developing your business. But again, it's do your homework time. Sorry guys, you're going to get so bored with this, but it's all about homework, isn't it? You know, you cannot just say, guess what, I'm now going to take my business to another level, I'm going to go international. You just can't, unless you're very lucky or very silly. So there's a number of ways you can do it. The Chamber of Commerce is a fantastic organisation that you can sort of get involved with. They can open up what we call trade and international doors. You've got to understand cultures, you've got to understand beliefs, you've got to understand the way the international market does business. And I'll give you two examples now. Many years ago, I was at MD of a company, and I was looking to drive the business over into the Far East, particularly into China and Korea. And I attended many sessions on their cultures and their belief system, so that, you're not going to make the faux pas, the terrible sort of mistakes that you could make being a standard business person. And it's simple things like understanding the sort of the way they want to do business with you, key phrases to use, key phrases not to use, simple things like a greeting. Is it polite, and is it within their culture? Just hand a business card, as we do in this country, and then look at it and put it in your pocket. Well, particularly in the Far East, Korea, China, it's not. You've got to hand it in the correct way. Two hands, take an interest in that business card, read what's on it, make a comment about it. Simple things like that will take you to the next level for international business. But again, for me, it's about doing your homework, identifying the market that you want to take your business to, understanding what service, what product you could sell to that market, but more importantly, is there a customer base out there? And without that knowledge, why even think about it? Great idea, let's take my business to an international level. Why is the key question. Do your homework.
The only thing I would add to that is, obviously, UK government often has trade delegations to go off to these countries as well, which you can jump on the bandwagon if you like and accompany them, because obviously they have consulates and embassies in these countries, and they can facilitate and open doors for you. And the other thing I suppose to look at is perhaps competitors, or indeed people, other existing businesses out there that you could perhaps work in collaboration with, or perhaps even buy. They're already up and running. It would save a lot of setup costs if you can actually do that rather than have to do it yourself. So as Paul said, really, there's a whole raft of organisations out there willing and eager to assist. UK government would be very grateful for more exports, given our current account deficit at present. So it's very pleasing to hear people are looking at international markets, certainly. I think acquisition's a great way of doing it. As Donal said, it's not about then you just taking your business as a new business out to somewhere, an international market. Maybe there is a company out there that does a similar service product to you. Look at that. Is that an opportunity? Maybe you could buy in. Maybe, as Donal said, you can collaborate. If you can acquire that business and you've got the funding to do that, fantastic. Ready-made market, ready-made customer base, fantastic. Brilliant.
Right, there's loads more to get through.
Excellent.
We're talking about loans and grants as well in a few moments' time, which is the differences between them as well. Any questions for the gents, then do feel free and get in touch. You can give us a call, 015 637 3737. Text us 66777, put the word Wirral in front of your text, or drop us an email, studio@wirralradio.co.uk. Don't forget too, we are live on Periscope today, so if you want to come and see the studio and talk to us on Periscope, then do come on there. Go on my Twitter feed @BigSid921 and go and click on the Periscope link. See you back to back, Edwin Starr and Coldplay. It's 92.1 Wirral Radio on DAB and online, and your mobile apps as well. Earth, Wind and Fire's Star, great track at 11:15. Time's flying by today. 11:15. It's absolutely flying by today. So keep your questions coming through. We have got a few more to get through. What is the best advice on business loans and grants? How do they go about it in this day and age? Have things changed?
They're changing all the time. There's so much out there today on what we would call funding options for businesses. It really is a minefield. And again, it depends what you want the money for, how you're going to spend the money, because a lot of the lending bodies have certain levels of criteria. Now, the first port of call normally is a bank. Any bank will ask you for a business plan, and we've talked about that so many times over the last couple of weeks, But it's no longer a matter of just going to some funding option and saying, can I have £10,000, please? I want to do something with my business. You've got to know what you want to do, why you want to do it, what's the return on the investment period going to be, and basically, show me what you're going to do with this and give me some criteria. We mentioned grants. Now, grants are available via what we call local enterprise or government routes these days. And in our region, Mersey region, there's plenty of places to go to here on the Wirral and over on the other side of the Mersey. Fantastic way of looking at it. Speak to your Chamber of Commerce. They can put you in touch with relevant bodies who can help you. But there are other things out there. There are things like bank overdrafts, there are cash advances, asset-based lending. Factoring is a great way if you're looking at raising funds on invoices that have not yet been paid. So many different ways, but again, it's got to be right for your business. So rather than just go jumping in, think about it. If you don't know how to think about it and put the relevant information together, speak to someone who can. Speak to a solicitor who can get the legalities together. Speak to a business advisor who can put it together for you. But don't just go jumping in.
And we've got one right now.
Over to Donal. What a great link.
Yeah. No, just to go back over what Paul was talking about, as I said, locally there's the Local Enterprise Partnership. We've got the Northwest Fund, then we've got bodies like MSIF, and there's the Growth Accelerator Programme. There's lots of different options for funding depending on what your needs are. Not all of them require you to demonstrate you're going to be taking on new employees as a result of the loan or grant. It may just simply be to expand your existing business in some other way. So as Paul was saying, either speak to good commercial solicitor or Chamber of Commerce, because they're very au fait with what's available out there. In term, you mentioned the invoice discounting and factoring. That can be a good idea for businesses who've got very good customers and they just want faster cash flow. But be careful. There are some what we call recourse, which means if your customer doesn't pay, then the company that you've sold the invoice to can come back to you and ask for the full amount back. Better to have non-recourse if you can possibly get away with it.
Yeah, definitely. But there's so many options out there. And again, recently on social media, on one of the big social media platforms, there's been a thing called crowdfunding, which has been pushed. And that is basically like an extension of a charity sponsorship in a way. It allows a number of people to put in some money to your business idea or your projection, and it's people who come together and they pool money towards a particular venture or an idea. But again, as Donal says, it's not like one fits all. It's about looking at what you want to do and why you want to do it, and looking at the options available and deciding by taking some advice the best one for you. It really is
brilliant. Right, quick break. And then we'll have asked one more question.
Okay.
And I must say as well, if we haven't covered your questions today, we do apologise. There's been quite a lot coming through. Up next. Fantastic track from Stevie Wonder, Master Blaster jamming on 92.1 Wirral Radio on DAB and online. Literally a minute and a half to go. It's flown by today.
Always does.
Flown by today. We've been asked to, what is the best management style in a new business?
Well, we just had a quick discussion off air. If you're a sole trader and it's just you, dictatorial. Because I am doing this today. Why am I doing it? Because you are. Yeah. But no, seriously, I think it's about bringing the people on board, as we say. For me, it's about being firm but fair with your team. Tell them, you've got to be a leader. Tell them what you want to do. Cajole them, bring them on board, motivate. Simple. Old school.
No, well, yes. I mean, there's so much cajoling and so on you can do, but at the end of the day, as you say, you have to be a leader. You have to be someone who makes the decisions and say, "This is what we're going to do," and I expect you to do it. The nicest possible way.
And some incentives in there as well.
Well, yes, carrot and stick is always welcome, isn't it? Incentives, yes, work hard for the business, then we've got more rewards to hand back. Obviously, the business doesn't do so well, we can't increase your salary, we can't give you a bonus, and so on. And if they're not performing, then, as we've mentioned in previous weeks, then unfortunately it's down the performance management route.
But make it an enjoyable experience. We spend a lot of our lives working, so try and make it good for everybody, for you. Enjoy it, get passion in your business. If you get passion in your business, it'll happen. Enthusiasm and passion for me.
Brilliant. Well, sadly, gents, it's time up, and that has gone. That's the fastest hour we've done.
It is.
The fastest hour we've done.
It is.
Gents, last one for a while now, sadly.
So it's summer break. It's
summer break. If people want to get in touch with you away from the radio, how do they do it?
Still got a dedicated telephone line, which is 0151668 0363. At Morecrofts is the handle for Twitter. At ABV_Limited is Advanced Business Vision. 2 websites, www.morecrofts.co.uk and advancedbusinessvision.com.
Gents, thank you very much. Have a fantastic summer.
Adam.
Thank you very much, Adam. Really enjoyed it. Thank you so much.
And we'll see you back in the autumn.
Have a great
Look
summer.
forward to seeing you at Tranmere.
Yes.
1, 2, 3.